What is going on, guys? Today is gonna be Negan's day. Negan is my BCI. He is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little guy. You know, it's not gonna focus in on him very good, but he is absolutely amazing. He's still just a little fella. He's not very big, as you can see. He's the one that's had a few problems. Looking at him right now, I don't see any mites on him. His skin is looking good. It's his favorite thing to do is to coil up right there. Look at that guy. He's just amazing. He's got a little mustache, just like most boas do. I'm not sure what else to say about this guy other than he's just absolutely stunning. Look at that. Look at that pattern. Look at that tail. He wants to say hello. Say hello. Hello. He wanted to see what you guys were doing. So there's his tail. It's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful specimen of a snake. And he's going to get fairly large. Like I said, if I can get him through this phase he's in right now, where he had the health problems, and well, I shouldn't say health problems, he's had the mite problems, and we got him out of that, and then he was in shed for a couple weeks, and it's coming to storm outside right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but he is just amazing. Look at that. Look at those eyes. I don't think it's going to focus, but they're slow growers, so it's going to take him a little while, but once he gets to growing, he's going to be an amazing specimen. It is a male, and he is still just a young fella. So they grow, like I said, they grow slow. They eat at a different pace than most of your ball pythons eat. They eat at a little different pace than that. We were told to feed them every other week instead of every week. Let me see if I can fix this. Maybe it's okay, guys. I don't know. Bear with me. Let's see. Hold on. I just smudged it. That's okay. Anyhow, I'll quit. This is Negan. Negan is an amazing animal. He's a lot different. These boas are a lot different than your ball pythons. Just the way that they act and the way that they actually hold on. They hold on really well. Normally he'll go to my elbow and he'll tie around my elbow for a little while, and he'll just hang out for as long as you let him. I'm sorry for it to be so blurry. I don't know what's going on there. I'm using my phone. Excuse me. I've been using my phone for the videos here, so some of them may be blurry and some may be clear, and then the autofocus may go in and out. So just bear with me. Eventually I'll get another camera or a camera to do this with, but for now this is what I got, so this is what I'm using. Just trying to see if you guys can get a good view of this guy. He is absolutely beautiful. He's one of my favorites for sure. I know, like I said, I say that about all of them, but he is stunning. He's a very curious guy. He likes to see what everything is and what everybody's doing. When we have him in the living room and there's people over, he just wants to go see everybody. He's not shy. He's never really, well, when we first got him, we picked him up from the pet store, and I don't know if I mentioned it before or not, but the pet store is actually where he got the mites from. So he had mites when we got him, and the guy at the pet store sprayed something on him to try to get the mites off of him, and it didn't work, of course. I mean, it did, but not really. There were still some eggs in there, but when he sprayed him, he carried him by his tail, the tip of his tail, to the back of the store to get a napkin to wipe him off with. And it just keeps getting blurrier and blurrier. Let's see. But anyway, and that made him kind of upset. I'm sure that would make me upset. And then he tried to put him in a super small container, container that's way too small for him. And he ended up biting the guy at the pet store. So that was our first experience with him, was he bit somebody. And then, which I knew just by watching everything that it was kind of the guy's fault he got bit. He just wasn't being very gentle with him, and he wasn't being too careful with him. You know, he was just kind of roughhousing him a little, not too bad. You know, he wasn't doing anything too bad. I still shop at that store, and I still like the people at that store. So I mean, it's not like it was that bad. But anyhow, after that, we brought him home, and we let him sit that night. And we were kind of nervous about him because he did bite somebody in front of us, and we seen it. You know, he bit him pretty good. He was dripping blood. Then the next day, he got out and he was fine for a minute, and then something switched and he bit my daughter and drew blood on her. So we were a little hesitant about him. But after a little while, we learned his body. Hold on a second. There. I don't know if that's better. I think it is. But after a little while, we learned his body language and his temperament and all that. And he's ended up being a really calm guy. Sometimes the way that he backs his head up, it looks like he's in strike mode, but he's really not. Like I said, we were kind of nervous about him at first because he bit 2 people in 2 days, but we let him chill for a week after that happened, and he hasn't attempted to bite anybody since. So he's see, that's what I'm talking about. That looks like it would be strike mode, right? But he's not in strike mode at all. See, he's just curious. It's just the way that he does his body, I guess. He's just chill. He just wants to hang out. He just wants to see everything and check everybody out. Again, this is Negan and his little mustache. He's awesome. He's an awesome pet. My daughter's still a little iffy about him because he did bite her, so she doesn't really get him out like she does the rest of them, but he's fine. Tomorrow's feeding day, so hopefully he'll eat for us tomorrow. He is a boa, and he hasn't eaten in a while, which is kind of rare for a boa, so I don't know. It's like I said, when we quarantined him, he was in a cooler room, and I don't think that the temperature ever got up to what it needed to be for him to be comfortable enough to eat. So it's just taken a little while to get his temperature back up, I think. And then he was in shed, and I don't really have much luck out of any of them eating while they're in shed, except for the ball pythons. They'll normally eat whenever. He's got me tangled up here. There we go. They'll normally eat whenever. But so hopefully he'll eat this week. He looks like he's hungry. He looks like he's hunting a little bit. But man, I just can't get over that tail. Look at that. It's just amazing to me. I don't know. But we got him on that Reptile bedding, and it's just perfect for him. He hides in it as he's really camo on that stuff. And it's holding his humidity really well. Reptile is by far the best that I've used. I highly suggest it to anybody that's curious. It's well worth it. You get a lot of it for the cost. If you go to your, say PetSmart or Petco, and you buy the 26 quart of whatever, Reptile bark or whatever you're going to use, it's not really that much for $25 to $30. When you can order this Reptile chip for $30, and it's literally 70 something quarts of bedding. So we've almost switched everybody over to it. Not quite, but we got close. I'm looking around, and almost every snake is out hunting right now because tomorrow's feeding day, and I think they know it, so they're getting a little antsy. So anyhow, I wanted to introduce you guys to Negan. Negan is a work in progress, I should say. We've had a few issues with him, but we're getting there. We're getting him healthy. That's him, Negan. BCI Boa, Central American. He's just a normal pattern boa, which is fine with me. Kind of like Link is a normal ball python. You see the little spots right there? For the longest time, I don't know if you can see them. If you let go of my tail, or if you let go of his tail. Anyway, there's some little dots on him, little black dots. For the longest time, I thought that might have been mites, but it's not. It's just part of his pattern. It's kind of weird. It's like little freckles everywhere. And I know the camera's not really going to pick it up very good, but maybe a little. These guys have like a rainbowish tint when the light hits them just right. Oh, it sounds kind of weird. You just have to see like a sheen to them, especially right after they shed. It's really noticeable. And like I said, he just shed the other day. But anyhow, this is Negan. He's one of the homies. Appreciate the view. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I would appreciate it. See you guys on the next one.